Welcome once more. It is the Jamaican cooking journey. On today's episode, we are going to be showing you how to make some Jamaican rice and peas using parboiled rice. P-A-R boiled rice. It is a rice that has gone through some processing, but I don't think it has much starch in it as the other rice. I notice a lot of people are not using it because so many choices of rice now, but I like a rice and peas with parboiled rice. So right here we have gone ahead and we did prep our peas in the interest of time on the video. Now this here is 3/4 of a way or 80% cooked. I'll show you. It's not fully cooked. Why? I want to show you how and when I add the milk. I cook my peas 3/4 of a way cooked, and then I had my coconut milk because I want some people start cooking them peas with coconut milk. I like to cook it 3/4 of a way as I see my mother did, and a lot of people do it. You want the peas to be infused with the coconut milk. When you cook the peas from the start with the coconut milk, then it just cooks all out, and then when you cook all the peas and then you throw in the coconut milk, the peas now get absorbed. So at this point, this is 1 cup of peas that was pre-soaked and cooked to 80% of the way. Use whatever peas and bean you want. This is just some regular peas. So we're gonna get our flame up, and as we get our flame up, I just want to introduce you to what I'll be using. This is 1 cup of peas pre-soaked and cooked 80%. Yes, this is 3 cups of parboiled rice. I'll just give it 1 rinse. Yeah, 1 or 2. Some people don't wash parboiled, but I'll just give it to the handling. I just give it a little rinse because it has been half cooked. Okay, I'll add here my little aromatics, some fresh thyme, which gives a really good kick to any rice and peas. 2 pegs of garlic. It was cooked with 2 already. 2 pegs of garlic. 1 washi pepper. That's what we have. I'm using here some old cloves, like where you put in your ham. You can use your allspice or pimento seeds. This is even stronger than pimento. It gives a better flavor, but it just does the same as the pimento seeds. Green scallions, of course, all washed, and we're just going to do it like our long time people do it. We ancestors. This is just to soften it. Rugo. This is just to soften it. At this point, I'm going to be putting in about a pint or a little more than a pint of coconut milk. Alright, we're gonna give our bottle a little rinse. Just give our bottle a little rinse. Cold water. Could be warm water too. And last but not least, your salt. We did cook it with a pinch of salt to add salt, so the peas could absorb a little salt, but not fully salted. So we're gonna put 2 teaspoons of salt, kosher salt that is I'm using today, and we're gonna put that for now. We're gonna leave the peas now. You see, we're gonna leave it to come to a boil and cook it until the peas is fully cooked when we are ready to add the rice. Okay, so 1 cup of peas washed and pre-soaked. Soaking overnight would be even better in your refrigerator, because if the time is really hot, these peas nowadays, them easy to start foam frat and them not good, darling. Everything is not what it used to be. 1 cup of peas to 3 cups of parboiled rice. Add your aromatics of choice and leave it now to come to a boil, and then as it comes to a boil, I'll come around to show you when it starts boiling how my mother would scrape around, getting the flavors and using a little stirring. That's what makes it. So here we go with our coconut milk and all that aroma with our seasonings coming out. If you want to put other stuff, you can put other stuff, but I really don't want to put any other stuff. So we're gonna cook it and keep stirring it, yeah, until You know, when we come to test our peas, we see it's fully cooked. So then and there we'll add our rice. We're gonna throw our rice into this, and we have these on the Amazon storefront with these little thingies. So when you put the water in there, it's not made for a lot of rice though. 3 to 4 cups or maybe 5 cups. We're just going to give it a rinse, drain the water through here. Check on the Amazon storefront, you can find this. Not necessarily in a family. When you go there, you gotta click and you got to search for the color. Not necessarily you will see the colors that I have. Sometimes that color is out of stock, or sometimes you just have to click. So whatever color I show, it might not be that same color. Maybe that color has been sold out. You just click and check. So you're just gonna give it a little rinse in here, and these are the little holes, and it will come right through. So we're gonna cook our peas, and then we might want a little water, extra water, because the parboiled rice, it takes a little more water than the regular rice. It absorbs, you know, it absorbs more water. So we're gonna cook it on the medium, as opposed to cooking it too high. You see, it's cooking, it's still. So this cooking now, the peas will be infused with the coconut milk. So when you eat rice and peas, the peas grain tastes really flavorful, as opposed to just a taste of coconut in the rice, and the peas grain just bland. So we're gonna finish cooking it, and then when we are back, we're gonna show you. Just gonna put in the rice, check for the water, you know, the water level and all of that. Now let's check our peas. It's on a slow. You see this? You see how these aromatics, they have been dwindled down. They are so, all the flavors. You could at this point remove them before you put in your rice, but as Jamaicans, we always see old people leave them in there and let them stay. They take it out, throw it out. But I find that you can have it, you know. But it's just a thing that we born come see. You see the pepper? You see the pepper, and it was like a workless pepper, and it never had an ambition, but it gone. So let us check for our peas now. And these peas were some pretty old tough peas, some pretty tough bird. You can see that our peas has been cooked, and sometimes you have to be careful, you see, because you see that sometimes you have to be careful because they mix the peas. When you don't get the peas like in, you get it, this wasn't bulk, this was in a bag, you know. So if you're buying bulk peas, be careful of mixed peas where some cook and some not cook, because I always prefer to buy peas that has been packaged. Okay, so now that we have that, we know that our peas has been cooked, and I've tasted, I've gotten that coconut milk. You see how this thing look when it is ready for the rice, fam? You see that? You see that look? Okay, now I'm gonna go give my rice a rinse. Now we are going to be putting in our rice. Family, if you don't have this, or you don't want to have one of this, you can use your strainer. You see, if anything that water goes through your colander, you can use this. Don't get something that when you wash the rice, drain your rice properly. That's important. So we're gonna put our 3 cups of rice. I give it a small rinse, yeah. If you're making dinner for a huge family, or whatever you are making for whatever, so you want to give this a thorough stir, a thorough mix. So you want to get the rice evened out, and you can use less peas. Probably some people want to use half a cup of peas, fine. Some people don't like a lot of peas in their rice, so you want to mix this round thoroughly for a good little half a minute to see that the peas is evenly distributed, or the rice is evenly distributed around the peas or among the peas. So you just go slow, stir it around, you know, give it that back and forth stirring around, and you will see it's good right now. The distribution is really good right now. So you have a good distribution right there. So we ain't gonna put any more liquid. We're just gonna cover it and let it steam until we start seeing the look of the rice. And maybe we might need a little liquid, maybe not. These pots trap a lot of steam. Yesterday I used a cast iron brazier, and today we're using a cast iron Dutch oven. So we got the braziers and we got the Dutch oven. They are the same thing, but you know, in the braziers are wider, more shallow, the Dutch oven is deep. Okay, so we're gonna put our lid on and we're gonna leave it on the slow or on the low to just steam right out. When we see that the liquid is evaporating and the rice is at the top, we'll come back, check it, and then if we need a little extra water, then we might and add it, or you want to add a little salted water. If it's too fresh, then you can add a little salted water, and then we will proceed whether we're going to need a piece of foil paper or we'll let the steam that it is building continue to cook it next. So this is our parboiled rice, and I think we can remove all the aromatics. No leaf from the thyme, all of it has been in there. Yeah, so you see, so these just do them work. Them do them job already. We're gonna remove them and return. So okay, we have removed those, but there is still some moisture in here and this is not cooked. So at this time we will be just picking it up. No need to stay here and show you. This is not professional, so don't do like I do. You get your tongue on the Amazon storefront. You see that? You see that distribution of peas among the rice? And this is how parboiled is. There is still some moisture in there, and we actually don't want any more water. The steam, you know, from this pot and all of that will just cook it. Parboiled rice with rice and peas. Remember, 1 cup of peas to 3 cups of rice, family. This is a good distribution. If you don't want so much peas, you use half a cup. So we're gonna leave it again. You see that moisture and there, it's not dried out as yet. So when you see me next, this rice and peas, parboiled rice and peas will be ready. So this is our finished look. Cooking fam, I want to show you from the bottom. I want to show you that all the extra moisture that we add on the fork. Yeah, this is the ratio once more of good rice and peas. This is not peas and rice, this is rice and peas. The ratio, remember, 1 cup. And if you're doing other rice too, 1 cup of peas to 3 cups of rice, that is a good ratio to have a good looking rice and peas. This is it. Very hot and all of that. I just want to show you right here. Oh, this is good. You need to try your rice with some old cloves. I hope you like this video. If you do, remember to give me a big fat thumbs up. Remember to leave me a comment below, and most of all, be you, do you. Remember to check the link in our description, the Amazon storefront, our Patreon, our Zelle, our Cash App, our PayPal, and all of those. And also there's a number and others too. Thanks for watching.